Why won't it start up? Why are there 3 pedals? What is this thing? What the F? Wish I could drive stick.
Wanna try stick? I'll just take it a shit in 3-degree weather. You wanna try stick?
Sure.
Sweet! Do this shit! Hey, I'm International Manual Transmission Instructor, Eric Rojo.
Oh God, he's sexy.
So Eric, what are the steps to driving transmission?
Well, there's 4 steps. The pre-start, the start, the driving, and stopping. I'll teach you all in this video. Okay, we're gonna start out with step 1, the pre-start. First thing you wanna do is put your key in ignition. Then, probably gonna wanna put on your seatbelt.
Click it or take it, bitches.
Oh yeah. Okay, once you got that done, you're done with the pre-start. Now, we're on step 2, the startup. Now, in a manual transmission car, you can't just turn the key. As you see, nothing happens, so just turning it. And that's what the 3rd pedal's for, if you're very confused when you get in a stick car. What you're gonna do is you're gonna push that pedal in. It's called the clutch. You push it in all the way, and you turn the key, and voila. And you're gonna wanna make sure your shift knob is in neutral. It's in neutral when it can go back and forth. So you don't wanna be up in any of these. Okay, your parking brake is probably on, which is this. And now, you started your manual transmission car. Okay. Now, when you're starting to drive, you're gonna wanna start your car out 1st gear. For pretty much every single car, unless you have some imports, it's gonna be the farthest to the left and up. Some imports have it the 2nd to the left and up, and reverse is the farthest to the left and up. Okay, so 1st gear, right there. And when you're putting it in first, you wanna have the clutch out, the clutch in. And your parking brake's probably still on if you're smart. And at this point in time, you can take the parking brake off. Okay, now your car's in 1st. This is the smallest gear. The only gear you really should start in. You can start it on different gears, but you're supposed to start it in 1st. Okay, so you have the clutch in and your foot on the brake. So now what you're gonna do is you can take your foot off the brake, or leave it on if you would like, and slowly let out the clutch. There's gonna be a point on the clutch where you feel the car start to move a little bit, or you're gonna feel it in the clutch pedal, and it's gonna grab a little bit. And that's the point where you want to take your foot off the brake and start giving it a little gas. Just feather the gas. What you're gonna do is you're gonna just start moving, and as you let the clutch out, just give it more and more gas. Now get moving, and my foot's completely off the clutch right now. And you don't really want to take 1st gear up that high. Then, when you're ready to shift into 2nd, in this car it's about 2,500 RPMs, you stick in the clutch, and you pull all the way back towards you in your 2nd gear, then you let out the clutch. You're going a little fast for a 2nd gear. Okay. Now, what you want to do is you're going to shift into 3rd. Put in the clutch, you push up straight towards the dash, you let out the clutch, and you give it gas. By the way, you never want to give it gas and the clutch at the same time. Your feet will always be alternating. Okay, so now we're driving. You got the first 3 gears down. Now we're coming up to a stop sign. So what you want to do is you want to push the clutch all the way, and you can shift it into neutral at this point. Just remember, this is when it goes back and forth. Then you can just give it the brake, and you can just stop like normal if it's in neutral. You can keep the clutch in if you don't want to shift out of gear right now. Now we're at a stop sign. What you do, you start out in 1st. You're going to put on your turn signal, obviously. You're turning. And then you're going to let the clutch slowly and give it gas at the same time. Now you're driving. And some cars, this car has a light on it that tells you when to shift. I don't really pay attention to that. You can get the feel for the car, and you know when to shift. But remember, every time you shift, you have to push in the clutch all the way, and take your foot off the clutch all the way when you get off it. Because if you ride the clutch, it's very bad for your transmission. Now, when you're up to 25 in this car, that's the overdrive gear, so it's going to save you gas. So I'm going to shift into 4th right now. What you have to do, same as always, push in the clutch, put it in 4th. Let out the clutch. You're driving, you can drive pretty much anywhere. You got the first 4 gears done. I'm gonna learn you how to do something you ain't never done before. No automatic transmission car. We're gonna burn out. Okay, we just did a burnout. Now, don't do that unless you know what you're doing and there's no cops around or you're somewhere where you can do it legally. That wasn't legal. But now, what I just did, I didn't exactly redline it, which you would do if you were like gonna do it for effect. But, or you wouldn't redline it, but you know, I didn't want to push it too hard because it's not good for your car. So I didn't do a full burnout, but you get the point. Okay, we're coming up to a red light here. Now what's really cool when you have stick is you can stall it if you're learning out. I don't stall it really ever, but it's pretty cool when you do because what you're doing is you don't give it enough gas when you're letting out the clutch. And I want to make sure I have enough room behind this guy. And what happens is you let the clutch out and nothing happens and you just stall it. So sometimes you get honked at, sometimes people are like, oh, he's driving stick, it's okay. And let's just wait here for this to happen.
It's gonna happen right now.
Okay, now, once this guy starts going, I'm just gonna let out the clutch. Oh God! Oh, that's so unfortunate. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Oh God! Oh, another red light! Oh God, I'm so sorry. Oh, he must be angry. It's unfortunate when you stall a car. He didn't honk at me.
Maybe this time.
I could stall it again. Since I don't know what I'm doing.
I'm not an international pro or anything.
People like it when you stall. It wastes a lot of gas.
It's funny.
And it's funny. Okay, here's a red light. Or here's a green light soon. Hopefully.
Call it again.
Yeah. Oh my God! Oh, okay, I'm gonna start this time. Okay, oh, I'm sorry, sir. Oh, he was angry, I saw him. So that's how to stall a manual transmission car. We're up to highway speeds. That is 5th gear. You shift into 5th gear like any other gear. You're pushing the clutch all the way. You shift into gear, you let it out and give it gas. That's how to shift into 5th gear, and that's got you driving. Now, when you're going somewhere and you're gonna slow down and keep driving, you're gonna want to downshift. You downshift the same way you upshift. Pushing the clutch all the way, and you put it in whatever gear you want to do. And if you downshift too far, that's called engine braking, and it's illegal in some spots. I'll do it right now. And it kind of shakes the car, and what it does is you switch gears, and then the transmission will slow down the car with the engine. It's engine braking. Okay, now what we're gonna do, we're gonna teach you how, in detailed steps, to park. Stop and park a manual transmission car, because it is different. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna pull over, just park on the side. What you wanna do, you're just gonna shift into neutral just because you're probably gonna coast to where you're gonna need to go, and if not, you just play around in 1st gear. When you get to the spot you want.
Holy shit, there's the snowbank.
That was a snowbank, okay. Now, you're stopped, and you're like, there's no park gear. That's any gear, you just put it in gear. I usually just put it in 3rd just because it's straightforward because of time. And then you have to pull what in your car will be the e-brake, but this is called the parking brake, most commonly in stick cars just because you have to do it to park. And then you don't want to let the clutch out because you'll stall it. We already explained what stalling was. So you just want to turn off your car and you're done. You've just driven manual transmission.
Yay! Yay! Wait, do it again, I fell asleep.